Late losing goal against Poland and a late losing goal against Portugal. Some could say that Steve Clarke and his team are a bunch of losers, but you know what? I actually think that's a little bit unfair. I think it's been two good performances, but still, 0 points on the board for Scotland. Welcome back, guys. The Fog Football. We have big Stevie Cool coming in via Fishbowl.
Be a fishbowl, here I am, get the food out for me, and I tell you what, it's soul destroying. I predicted 4-0 Portugal, but I honestly thought we were going to at least pick up a point. And,
Yeah.
you know what? There was a lot of opportunities in that game towards the end to actually pick up the win, or even snatch the draw again late on when they were winning 2-1, but I'm just sick of my teams getting scudded.
Yeah, I predict a 1-1 draw. A lot of people say, you're crazy, that's never going to happen. Portugal are going to destroy you. And I mean, I wasn't thinking that because Portugal didn't really impress me in the Euros, and I think our performance against Poland is probably the best we've played in a long time, which wouldn't be hard because we've been very had a lot of lackluster performances. So yeah, but I don't know, just going into this game, I felt a little bit confident. Plus, I also felt that Steve Clarke almost needed a result, and therefore we'd be a bit more likely to get one. Because sometimes when you desperately need something, you're able to get it, and it looked like that was going to be the case tonight, especially when Scott McTominay put us ahead early on, and he gets criticised a lot. He seems to be the fall guy for Manchester United, especially if you're listening to that absolute tool Goldbridge. He'll make it like Scott McTominay Streck is the worst player in the United team and the entire downfall. But I mean, I'd actually argue against that. I'd say that McTominay's been one of United's better players over the past 3-4 seasons, whatever. And I think he's been one of our better players, and he got an important goal tonight.
Great goal, Kenny McLean. I've buried him. I don't want him in the squad, but you know what? There was a fantastic assist. Cannot complain with it. Great goal. And I almost thought we scored too early. It just allowed us to set up so defensively. And,
don't give Steve Clarke a chance to go negative or he'll take it.
Aye, well, that's it. But, I get it. If we go toe-to-toe with Portugal across 90 minutes, I don't think we'll win. There is times to park the bus and do it, but you've seen as soon as Portugal scored and made it one each, it turned into a 50-50 game end to end, and it's like, well, we needed to beat Poland. Tonight should have been a bonus if you get something, but tonight turned into, right, we went 1-0 up, it's 1-0 at half time, we need to get something at this game, we need at least a point tonight, especially after that first half. But Portugal, they huffed and puffed, they didn't start Ronaldo, they didn't exactly. Well, I mean, it was pretty much their strongest team without Ronaldo. Some people would argue that is their strongest team without Ronaldo. But yeah, I've said you on about him. He turned up, didn't he? He got the crucial goal.
I did, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he did. Never liked Ronaldo. I like him even less after tonight, but it is what it is. Second half. I mean, see at half time, despite leading, if you offered me a draw, I would have took it. Because I just thought that, Portugal were... The likelihood of them not scoring... For us to win the game, you felt like we needed a second goal. Because I didn't feel like we were going to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, I mean, Angus Gunn, right, very, very sloppy for the first Portuguese goal. I think he has to save it. But at the same time, I thought he made about 3-4 world-class saves. I do genuinely believe that. But... see if this is in the middle of a run of form where we're like over a year ago, fair enough. It's against the Portuguese. They're a top, in Europe, man, they're one of the best teams, and they're just only getting better. But this is one win out of 14. Now we have to, we're in League A for a reason. It's because we earned it, and he needs to start winning games of football.
Well, next time we'll be in League B, and we've earned that as well.
I know, yeah, we'll be in League B, but seeing you look at it, right, our Euro group was actually easier than what this Nation League A is, for me anyway. And it's like, the way you're picking up 1 point out of 9, and the way this Nations League going is, I mean, I think we'll be lucky, man, if we pick up many points. Now here, if you replicate the two performances so far, I think luck's got to go your way at one stage, but, it doesn't matter when you're so winless, and the only win came against Gibraltar in the last 14. You need to get results over the line, and this team is just not capable. I think some of his substitutions were ridiculous. ridiculous, man. I mean, I think ridiculous, that might sound strong, but it's like you're taking off experienced heads and bringing on guys that don't really have a clue. Like, does Tommy Conway really deserve to come on over like Lawrence Shankland? I think Dykes suited the physicality of Portugal, and I think Shankland would have as well. Conway's a completely different player.
I think we've missed it. I think we've missed Dykes. I know he gets a lot of criticism. I do think Dykes is good for us.
Dykes was crucial in that game against Portugal. I thought he was pretty pish against Poland, right? But I think he suited the Portuguese game, because you're playing Route 1, it's, against a much better team. So that's why I think Shankland's the better sub. But I look at Conway, I don't think the game suits him. I thought Ben Doak was alright for the 3 minutes he got. Lewis Morgan, as soon as he got brought on, we literally conceded. I mean, is Lewis Morgan coming on for Ryan Christie really the correct substitution? I don't think so. I think the better sub to make there's Connor Barron, and that's not Rangers, but I mean, I haven't even looked at the rest of the bench, but Christie's a cam centre mid, Lewis Morgan's a winger. It's just a weird one to make for me.
Yeah, no, it is a bit straight. Are we at the point now where we just not settle, but realistically, are we at a point where we know we're going to get relegated and it's just about putting in some good performances and picking up a couple of decent results? Do you think that's got to be the mindset now, or do you still believe that we can catch Poland or catch Croatia? Or is it just about getting a couple of wins on the board and breaking this horrible run of form?
I think it's about breaking the run of form, right? But if you perform like we did tonight, I think there's still a chance that we stay up. I don't know, what was the other result tonight?
Croatia defeated Portugal. Poland, sorry.
Yeah, so that puts teams on 6-3, 3-0. We need a draw tonight. We really did.
We've got Croatia up next, double header, is it?
No, it's Croatia then Portugal, I think, or is it? It can't be a double header.
I thought it might have worked like the old Champions League format where you play the third team fourth.
Aye, but it wouldn't work in the national break because you play Croatia on the Sunday, then on the Wednesday.
Very true, that actually. Yeah, I don't see why that's not possible. But yeah, that's never going to happen.
But I mean, I don't want to be overcritical of Clark, right? And I'm not saying sack him because of tonight, because you know what I thought about. But you can see that his negativity hampered the performance. I don't think there's any two ways about that. But here, I think there was individual mistakes in there. Gunn for the first goal. They made it 2-1.
Just like there was the other night against Poland.
Yeah, and McTominay, right? He got the ball in about, I think it was like the 90th minute. And I think was it Gilmore? I can't remember who it was, but there was some guy at the edge of the 18-yard box just passed to him. Free shot. I
know that this is...
But the reality is, it's like we've conceded 5 goals, and apart from that Ronaldo one, I don't think 4 goals were mistakes. That's not good enough.
As weird as this sounds, considering we've just lost another 2 games to add to the horrible record, has Clark bought himself a bit more time with you or a bit more faith with you over the last 2 games, or do you just see it as another 2 defeats and he's one step closer to, packing his bags and leaving? Or are you a bit more optimistic with Clark now than you were, let's say, coming out of the Euros? Or is it about the same?
If we put those performances in at the Euros, I think all of us would have accepted what happened if we picked up the 1 point out of 9. But the reality is the performances at the Euros were awful and the results were awful. These 2 results are awful.
If we put these performances in at the Euros, could we have made out the groups?
Yeah, but it's not only about making it out. It's like if we replicated the past 2 performances in the Euros, right?
Yeah, but was it not also individual errors that essentially sent us out the Euros? Right, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not the Germany game. There was that many. Right, I thought we were that poor against Germany that I'm not going to blame it on one specific person. Even though there's a few people that you could blame. Then you could blame Portes, not. But we lost landslide, so I don't even think there's any point. But let's just call a spade a spade. We were beating Switzerland, and Switzerland only scored 1 goal against us, and it was because of a Ralston back pass. That was an individual error. Now, in the final game against Hungary, you could argue there was no individual error, but we fell apart. Hungary didn't really do anything. I just think with minor little changes, we could have beat Switzerland, we could have beat Hungary. Certainly don't think we're outclassed. And if we,
he went too safe against them. See tonight, well, I mean tonight was a bit negative, but there was parts where we came up, we went for Portugal even at 1-1, and against Poland we went for it. This team is capable of beating any team when we go for it. But see, when you sit back and you allow players that have got quality, you're going to get found out.
And we need to cut out these individual mistakes. We're not a good enough team to be allowing players to be costing us goals left, right, and centre.
Yeah, I hinted earlier that the Ronaldo goal wasn't really a mistake, but when you look at it, when you're given two guys the quality of, I can't even remember who the first Portuguese guy was, but you're given two Portuguese players the entire freedom of the 6-yard box to poke it into the back of the net. What are you doing?
What are you doing? So it ends Scotland 1, Portugal 2. It's a decent performance, but it's still another defeat at the end of the day. 0 points after 2 games.
These games and done nothing, right? At the end of the day, they're two good performances, but as we said in the Poland review and the fallout, it's about results now. It's not about performances.
Yeah, no, performances only get you so far. You're not going to stay in a job by putting in good performances and.
See when we get beat by France and England, this time last year. See if the performances came in those 2 games after the great run of form, people would be like, you know what, yeah, we've lost, but this team, man, it's still showing that, the performance levels in the fight. They're coming a year into a run that is diabolical, man. San Marino's got more wins this international break than we do.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, isn't it?
We're in League One, right? We're in League A, sorry, whatever, but let's not kid ourselves. See Poland and Croatia, they're not League A sides anymore. I know they're in there. I would argue this entire group is Poland are, but
Portugal are.
They have a pretty good hand for this group, man. You could got a League A group that's got Spain, Germany, and France in it, for example.
Yeah, this is probably the worst Croatian side in decades.
Yep.
I know they've still got Modric, but it's an old Modric, and it's a Modric that they're super reliant on. There's been a lot of better Croatian sides. Well, we beat better Croatian sides in this. So,
yeah.
Look, going into the double header, what do we need? Obviously, a minimum, we need a win. I think we probably could do with 4 points. If we could get 4 points against Croatia, that would bring us straight back into this. And I don't think that's impossible.
Croatia and Portugal, though, it's not a double header.
I don't know why I keep saying that. Well, look, if we repeat what we done tonight, why can't we get something against Portugal at Hampden?
Well, that's true, but what?
We need to go into games at Hampden with the mindset we can get points off anybody. Like, we took points off Spain. We beat Spain, and they are by far the best team in the world. So if we can just recapture what we did that night, I don't see what
people have got to bear in mind is a point against Poland at home, right, isn't good enough, but you're stopping them from getting free.
Aye.
And that
a point just makes it null and void. It just cancels it out. So really, but yeah, losing just gives Poland 3 points. And don't get me wrong, we could beat Poland in Poland, and then that kind of cancels that out, and then we're just hopefully going to do better than Poland. I think it's better that you said you wanted a draw tonight. I actually think it's better that Croatia beat Poland, because I do believe that Poland's the team that we're more likely to catch.
Yep.
But you could also argue that maybe a win for Poland would have been better, because then Croatia would have been on 0 points, the same as us.
You could argue that, but that's it, guys. It's depressing. I didn't feel much going into this, but seeing you lead for so long and draw for so long, you think your team's getting something, and then you just get snatched.
You get snatched, and lately you're kind of used to your team's getting absolutely nothing, and I feel the same. It's not a good time to be alive, man. It's not.
When is some good news coming to Fog Football?
Fucking none. Fog Football's down in the dumps. Fog Football needs a hero at the end of the night.
Does, and it's not coming anytime soon.
Anyway, we say goodbye to international football. The club stuff will be starting back soon. Can't wait. Hearts versus Celtic. I'm buzzing for that. King Hearts can pull off a big upset.
Nope.
And I think that's
Well, I'll tell you what. I think Stephen Naismith needs something.
Or he will be hiding behind those seats.
He will be indeed. Anyway.
Right, guys, that's it. I think that's where we're going to end it there. Very disappointing night. Again, I'm not upset over the performance, but just to lose again and to lose late. Like, see if you're losing 2, 3, 4-0, you know, it sinks in, you accept it. But see when you get that sucker punch goal late on, like, it fucking hurts.
I know.
Anyway, that's it. What?
No, it's just, that's what made it even worse. It's like, if we get beat 3-0 tonight, it would have been alright, but when you believe you're going to win a game for so long, it's just...
Like, as pish as that Old Firm game was for you, I mean, you knew that it was over, you know? It's not like you lost it in the last minute.
No, I know, but, I mean, I would rather get beat 2-1 the way we did than lose 3-0 at the end of the day, but it was a roller coaster, that's for sure.
I'm sick of these roller coasters. I just want to get a nice wee smooth journey, you know, like a train or something, on nice clean tracks and just, you know, slide into a win, 3 points or something like that. Hopefully it can happen next time. Croatia, Portugal.
Steve Clark's whiskey train.
The whiskey train. I think there'll be some bottles getting tanned tonight. But anyway, guys, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Bean Fog Football. Peace out.